Hi guys, and welcome back to Alistair Davies Golf. I'm here today at the beautiful Forest of Arden on the 12th hole, filming you a video about 1 and 2 plane swings. So obviously Jim Hardy has written a book on 1 and 2 plane swings, and a lot of the content I will produce today will be referring to some of his research. So thank you, Jim, for that. But I also want to talk through my ideal, what I would call hybrid version of the 1 plane swing, which I would recommend for golfers if they're able to do it. Now, the reason why I say if they're able to do it, when I discuss some of the things now, I will lean towards certain methods for certain types of golfers or certain physical attributes of golfers, because it becomes easier for them to do. All will become clear very soon. So essentially, we have what's classed as the 1 and 2 plane swings. And the 1 plane swing generally is referred to when the arm, the lead arm, is pretty much parallel to your shoulder plane at the top of the backswing. And the 2 plane, the arm would be above it. So in one of them you have what we would call an arm-led swing with a body turn, and the other one would be a body-led swing with the arms kind of following, if you like. One certainly uses the muscles in the body more than the other. So the guys who are less able to rotate correctly, I'd lead them more towards the 2 plane swing. And the guys that are able to rotate efficiently, I'd lead them more towards the 1 plane swing. Now there are pluses and minuses to both types of swings. So you can certainly try both and see what suits you better. As I said, my preference would be a hybrid of almost the 2, which I'll come to in a second. So let's just look at this in a little bit more detail. If I use this little hula hoop here now, and what I want to describe you from, if you have a more upright plane with our arms, we'll notice that the contact area on the floor is less than if we have a flatter plane with our arm swing. So there's more chance of hitting the ground earlier with a flatter swing, so we have to make sure we rotate and shift our weight. And with the more upright swing plane, we pretty much need to make sure we don't shift too much weight too early, because trying to contact the ball in a narrow range is going to be obviously more difficult, and timing has to be done on both. So there are pluses and minuses to both systems, and we have to be aware of the components that make both systems up. Now when we're doing the 1 plane swing, we would want to see a slightly steeper shoulder turn if we can in the backswing. This helps the arm and shoulders match up better. We possibly might feel we're bent over a little bit more at address, okay, to allow that to happen with ease. With a 2 plane swing, the shoulders and the hips are working much more horizontally, and the arms are working much more up. And the fact that one's working horizontally, one's working up, we get that kind of blended on plane look. Now, when I'm talking about on plane, what I'm talking about is the club pointing to the base plane line. So if you see this orange stick here, this is down my target line. So when I'm swinging the golf club, the shaft will point to that line, a stick, then it'd be parallel to, then the butt of the club will point to it. That'd be classed as on plane. Now whether I had a more upright swing, but it was still pointing to that line, that would still be on plane. If I had a flatter swing and it was pointing to that line, it'd still be on plane. Now, I have no problem with people moving off plane slightly as long as they compensate correctly, but the more we stay on plane, particularly for the backswing, the more consistent you are likely to be. So with the 1 plane swing, we are going to see a lot more body rotation and less hand action. With a 2 plane swing, we're going to see a lot more hand release, because the arms are going to have to shallow, and then we have to time the arms and body together at the same time. Which is why my preference would be more leaning towards the 1 plane version, because it's more body-led release. So, the hybrid version. The hybrid version would be to almost feel that the arms stay on plane initially, so they don't go inward. Now, a lot of the 1 plane stuff talks about the arms going inward and very deep and flat. I want the arms to stay on plane for the takeaway, and then from there, feel like then we maintain our connection and turn and get into this kind of 1 plane top of the backswing shape. Therefore, we're using our body a lot more. Therefore, on the way down, we're able to rotate a lot more through the golf ball and not have to time it by kind of stalling the body and letting the arms drop. Obviously, if we don't stall the body and the arms drop when we rotate, the tendencies will either come over the top, or if we drop the arms and rotate harshly, you might find the club falls behind us, and we get that kind of body outrunning the arms look too. So the beauty about the 1 plane kind of position at the top is we can turn very hard and fast, and the club very rarely will kind of pop over or outrun us as such. So it helps those things and helps natural timing. So let's have a go at maybe a little swing here. So again, takeaway on plane, top of the swing, arm and shoulders fairly matched. If you're able to do it, again, my body is not that flexible, so I might see a slight arm raise. The options you have, for example, if that was the case, you can make a shorter swing and keep it on that kind of one plane look, but you might lose a bit of speed. Or you go more towards a two-plane model where you'd have more hand action through the ball. Both are options you can do. Let's just try a ball. In summary, benefits to both systems. If you are less able golfer, a less able physical golfer, if you like, you can't rotate fast and a lot, then probably having the arms work more up and the hand release through the golf ball might be the way. Or we could have a shorter version of the one plane swing, which might take a bit of distance off you because you reduce your speed, but you will hit the ball pretty straight from that. So those are the kind of two options around if you haven't got the ability to do what I want you to do exactly. But my preference, as I said, would be this kind of hybrid between the two, where we'd have more like an arm-led takeaway and a kind of body-led top of the backswing with quite a lot of connection and like an arm parallel to the shoulders at the top of the backswing. That would be the ideal scenario I want, so we can release that body and arms more unified through the golf ball. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click like down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I've got regular content coming every single week on a variety of subjects. And please post any comments in the box, particularly of any videos you want me to cover in the future. And thank you for watching.